Good morning, everyone. It is January 25th, and it's a Friday. Looking at the coin market cap, we are sitting just above $120 billion, and the 24-hour volume is at $15.877 billion as well. So we dropped actually on the market cap just a little under $1 billion since yesterday. And looking at the top 10, we are pretty much back to even, not too much green and not too much red. Looking at Bitcoin, we're at 0.08%, and we have Litecoin leading the top 10 in at 1.53%. Now, let's take a look at the top performers in the past 24 hours. We have AOA at 18%. We have HOT at 8.95% and THETA at 6.79% for the top 24-hour gainers. Going into Bitcoin in the 1 hour, Bitcoin's been doing this on and off, on and off. I've been staring at this candle here, and it's literally just flashing green and red for the past 20 minutes. So you can see there's a lot of buying and selling going on in a very small amounts. Even though the order book here doesn't look very good, you can even see a space in here in between. But nevertheless, it's causing this. See what I mean? Like red, green. It's been doing that for half an hour now. So I'm curious to see what happens in about 10 minutes when this candle closes. We are currently above the 9 EMA, and it wants to cross bullish with the 50 EMA. If it does cross, we should see this candle hit at least the 200 EMA. But if we look to the left, we've had a very, very tough time breaking and closing through that 200 EMA. So we'll break through it, but right away come right back down and close underneath that 200 EMA time and time again. But the fact that this 200 EMA is so close to this cluster here of EMAs, I'm hoping that when we start crossing these higher time frames EMA with the 9 EMA, that we're able to finally break through the 200 and close above the 200. That'll be our first step to really start seeing some bullish action come back into Bitcoin. As you can see here, when we broke through that 200 EMA, we lost that. Prior to that, we were able to break it. And if you look here, we have this kind of the same scenario. The 200 EMA came really close down to this cluster of EMAs, and because it closed that gap, it was able to really break through that and stay above it for about a day or so. And I'm hoping the same thing is going to happen here, that we're going to be able to break through it and come right back up here and stay here for more than a day is what I'm hoping for. But we are approaching the weekend. It is a Friday, so we know that typically Fridays are not high volume times, so it'll be something to definitely keep an eye on. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame here is looking a little better on this candle here. So we have 8 minutes to go on this candle. We are technically above the 9 EMA, and I'm hoping that we're able to close above the 9 EMA for another move to the upside. We do have the 50 EMA that's acting like the 200 EMA on the 1-hour time frame. So we really have to break above this 50 EMA to start seeing some bullish moves. I did not look at the MACD here. So the MACD on the 1-hour time frame is turning bullish. So if we zoom in here, you guys can see here, we're going to have a bullish crossing real soon coming up on that 1-hour time frame for the MACD. Looking at the 12-hour time frame gives you a little bit better perspective. So we haven't moved too much. We're just really inside of this really tight range. 40, 50 bucks is what we've been moving when we do have a big move or a big drop. But in the average time frame, we've just been on a very, very tight range here. And these are 12-hour blocks. Looking at the 1-day time frame gives you even a better perspective of how low volatility we're really having throughout the past, maybe about 10 days or so, 15 days. So we've had a couple of, nice days here and there, but for the average, we've been just very, very low volume. Look at this MACD on the 1 day. It's just a flat line, not much going on. All right, guys, we have our 1 o'clock Zoom session coming up where we'll see all the other alts and take requests for those members on my Discord. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. My Twitter followers, we'll see you back on Monday morning when I do my morning brief update on Bitcoin and CoinMarketCap. Until then, trade safe and be careful.